In the Free State, the pre-trial hearing in the fraud and corruption case against Ace Magashule's former PA, Makhoali Cholota, has been postponed until the 4th of December. The 37-year-old has been charged with fraud, corruption and money laundering in relation to her controversial 225 million rand asbestos tender. She was extradited from the US in August. Newzroom Afrika's Veronica Makhoali joins us now live from Bloemfontein with the latest on the story. Veronica, good morning. At the start of these proceedings, you had been in conversation with Cholota's lawyer. There had been attempts to have this matter dismissed insofar as any charges relating to her. What transpired in court this morning? I understand it was also a very quick appearance.
Yeah, that's right, Iman. It was a very brief court appearance, under 10 minutes, in fact, where we heard there from Cholota's legal representative speaking about the fact of that they do not have and have not been furnished with the full disclosure, and that it seems that there's some information that is missing in the docket. This was also conceded by the state, which said that they are aware of this and said that they will be able to give Cholota's legal team the full, complete disclosure on Monday in Gauteng, where their offices are. Of course, this means that they cannot go ahead with the trial. And of course, the team there from Cholota's side saying that it means they are not necessarily trial ready to go ahead. And so they've asked for an adjournment, an extension up until the 4th of December. This is when this matter will be back in this very courtroom. From Cholota's side, of course, this means that her bail has been extended. That 2,500 rand bail that she received back in August, and those conditions, of course, those stringent conditions as well that were applied remain in place in regards to having to visit police office, to visit the police station once a week, staying, of course, close to the relatives here. We did see in the gallery some members of the Hawks that were present, and of course, Cholota herself, who Iman had quite a calm demeanor when we did have a conversation with her before, very different from the Cholota that we saw in August during those lengthy bail applications. She was quite emotional at that time. You can see that she has also in some way, has gone comfortable with the conditions and is waiting for that child to get ahead.
I was going to ask you what her demeanor was like, and I think you've answered this one. It's part of a bigger story, really, Veronica, in terms of prosecutions against high-profile people, particularly who are deemed to be big fish in South Africa's fight against corruption in general. And just talk to us about how this fits in the context of the case against those accused in the asbestos matter.
Well, certainly, Iman, this has been one of those high-profile cases when it comes to how South Africa has been dealing with corruption. You'd remember that this was a tender, a 255 million rand tender awarded to the Free State government, particularly the housing department, to remove that harmful asbestos roofing in the houses of many in the township areas, really, of the Free State province. And what transpired then was essentially political figures as well as official department heads, those as well employed in the housing department, siphoning millions of rands, and really kind of the worst corruption that we've seen in this country, because the residents of the Free State are still bearing the brunt of this. 6 years later, many of those homes have not been replaced. And so as Cholota stands, she was, of course, the former personal assistant to then Premier Ace Magashule at the time. The state alleges that she had a vital role in what took place, saying that she acted as a middleman in this matter, soliciting money from politicians as well, and officials as well as contractors. Her actions, in fact, costing the state about 36 million rand. But what also makes this case so interesting, Iman, was that to begin with, Cholota was expected to be a state witness in the matter, but the state did a U-turn. And we heard, of course, during her bail application back in August, how they believed that she was also not willing to comply with the state and that she was evading trial. And had she wanted to be in fact, comply with the charges brought against her, she would not have needed to be extradited. And so they really did argue in regards to the fact that Cholota does play a key role amongst the other 18 accused in this matter. We heard in court that she stands as accused number 17. The trial is expected officially to kick off in April, but there have been lengthy delays in regards to getting this trial to kick off. And of course, this is her pre-trial hearing. She will join the rest of the accused. This includes Ace Magashule as well as businessman Edwin Sodi as well in this matter that will finally, hopefully, kick off in April, where not just for the people of the Free State, but I think for where South Africa stands in a matter of getting down to the issues of corruption and finally seeing people behind bars in relation to the siphoning of millions from state coffers getting underway. Iman.
And as always, it depends on the strength and ferocity of the state's case. Veronica Makhoali, thank you very much. That matter, the bigger matter referring to the 18 accused, including Morwadi Cholota, back in court between April and June of 2025.